Hello and welcome to Wildlife Cam. Carrying on from where we left off last week with the three lions, it seems that these lions are fairly well known over quite a large area. They visited us probably four or 5 years ago. They didn't stay for very long because we still had resident males then, but now that we're down to, looks like just the one old guy, they're a lot more confident about moving in. Now, there was a sub-adult lioness in very bad condition that was trying to get at the kill, and the males kept chasing her away. And this was them returning to the kill after chasing her. This tawny eagle was quite early to the kill, but the eagles, they normally don't hang around once vultures start arriving because they're too small to compete with vultures. And giraffe are extremely curious animals. White-backed vulture on the left and a hooded vulture up on the right. This is more what we expect to see with the baby impalas. There are quite a lot of them now, although there still seem to be quite a few females that are still pregnant. There were still lions around, but I don't think these impala were being chased. They weren't running fast enough, and about 5 minutes later they all came strolling back. So I think they probably just caught wind of a lion and just decided to take no chances. This is a little dormouse that I rescued. It had fallen into a bucket of water, so it hung on to me for a few hours, and by the evening time I let it go and it disappeared. Only one of the males came to drink, and I think that they didn't actually know that the waterhole existed, and it was only the previous night, or I think a few nights before, that the male came chasing a lioness past here and discovered it by chance. Now, he did call for his brothers a few times, but they weren't interested in coming for a drink. I've been wondering when the tortoises would arrive at the waterhole, because in the summer months it's normally very busy with tortoises, and finally they've started arriving. They chased the young lioness off again, and then this one came up to the waterhole for a drink afterwards. No civets, and we have had a couple of genets, most of them drinking on the far side of the waterhole, and none of them have been coming to the pond lately. This is the chief suspect in the crime of flipping the camera upside down. The camera didn't catch it as there's a delay of a couple of minutes in between videos, so it seemed that he got his timing right. And one of the three males took time away from the remains of the carcass and found himself a girlfriend. They spent a couple of days hanging around very close by, including up at the waterhole.
She looks totally disinterested.
Eventually they made their way to the waterhole, and the male wouldn't let her out of his sight. Every time she moved, he would follow her very closely. They usually stay together for about 3 days, mating every 15 minutes or so. The male is very attentive for the first couple of days, but by day 3 he gets very, very tired and just wants to sleep, and then it's the female's turn to pester him for attention. They spent several hours lying in those bushes behind the waterhole, and the male would stare at the house constantly every time somebody came out. He'd be glaring at them, sometimes growling. Got called out to catch a snake, and it turned out to be a little baby brown house snake, so I brought it back and let it go next to the pond. The lions had gone the next morning, so I suspect that they encountered this herd of elephants and they got chased somewhere else. This Transvaal thick-tailed scorpion, a very nasty one, was sitting quietly outside my room, so I left him alone and he left me alone. All the lions had gone by this stage, so the zebras started to come back. A couple of dung beetles with their treasure, with the male pushing it and the female going along for the ride. The first lions of the new year. These were two of the males. And they'd come back probably to look for their brother who's been wandering around after breaking up with his temporary girlfriend. It's been an odd week with the weather. It's been overcast most days. We've had rain predicted on nearly every day, which never materialized. And then New Year's Day in the evening, we had no rain predicted, and we had over 100 millimeters. It's a red-banded rubber frog calling. Thanks for watching.